Hello and welcome to our E-Concordia presentation. Together with my colleague, we will go through the registration process for the E-Concordia platform and present you certain features from our courses. My name is Laura Ristieri and it will be my pleasure to accompany you in the first part of the presentation.
And my name is Fatima Beg, and I will introduce you later on to the course format and point out certain aspects you should pay attention to.
So let's start right in with the registration process. To get access to your online eConcordia course, you will have to first register for the course through the My Concordia portal. You will log in with your net name and your password, and you will go through the required steps just as you would register for any other Concordia course. Please note that the eConcordia courses are usually identified with the following notation, Online EC. Notations may, however, vary. The next step is to activate your course on the eConcordia portal. In order to do so, you will need to create an account. You can access your account by clicking on the login with Concordia net name, then go through the required steps. Once the account is created, it will allow you to activate your course on eConcordia. Please note that you can only access your course as of the first day of classes as of 2 p.m. Once you have activated your course, you will be able to see it in your eConcordia dashboard. But just before doing that, the system will ask you to take an academic integrity quiz. This quiz is not a graded quiz. However, it is mandatory. It's a short quiz, it contains only 10 questions, and it's something that's really important for you to complete. You would just click on Continue, and then once that's done, you will have access to the eConcordia dashboard as well as your courses. So here we have an example of two courses. We will go through the courses together, but before I'll just take you through some options that you will see in the top banner. When you click on My Courses, essentially it will lead you to this page where you will have access to all of the courses that you're registered for the current session. We also have a training center. The Training Center will offer a few tools that can help you throughout the session. For example, you have an online quizzes do's and don'ts, which will allow you to present useful information on how to successfully complete an online quiz, how to upload an assessment depending on the type of assessments that you will have throughout the term. There may be quizzes, there may be a required file upload, and here you have little tips and tricks to help you throughout this process. You will also have the option to take an external exam. For example, if you're not located in Montreal, you can apply for an external exam, and here we have the external exam form. You can click on it, and all of the information about external exams will be found here. We also have My Account, and the My Account is what you would click on in order to view your account information or in order to change your password, for example. We also have a technical requirements section, and this will basically give you all of the required elements you will need to have for the course to be displayed correctly on your devices. Now we'll go back to My Course, and now Fatima will go through the course with you, and you'll get a little sneak peek of what the courses will look like.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Laura. So to begin, on the left-hand side, you'll see the course website. And this is where you will access all the information related to your course, such as the lectures and even the textbooks. However, before I go into that, I'm just going to go over a few elements with you. Under Course Website, you will see Course Outline. Now, if I click on the course outline, this will provide you with all the information you need to know about the course. If you're ever unsure about a date or any information regarding your course, feel free to check the information here. You will see the information about your professor, who your professor is, who your teaching assistant is, and what to expect from the course. You'll see your assessments, how you'll be graded for the course, and all your deadlines. If you're ever unsure of when a specific assignment is due, you'd want to come back here. And if ever there's no available date, you might want to reach out to your professor and see with them if there is any particular date the assignment or the assessment will be due. Next, we have the discussion board. The discussion board is an area where you will be able to communicate with your classmates. Please note that while most classes do have a discussion board, not all of them do. Usually, they'd be used for participation in general discussions about the subject matter. However, sometimes professors will use your participation as part of your grade. Make sure to check with your professor on the use of the discussion board for your specific course. Then we have the assessments. This is where you will see the instructions for your assessment. Also, you have quizzes that you can find here. If you have a midterm or a final exam, anything that you need to access related to the work for the course, or anything that you need to submit, you will go to the assessments page. Next, you will have the My Grades page. When your assignment or your paper is graded, you will find the grade here. Next, you will have the announcements. The announcements is how your professor will communicate with you throughout the semester. It's a quick and easy way for your professor to send out a message and for everyone to receive it. It can be linked to your email as well. So you can receive the announcements through your email. However, there are times that maybe the professor will not use the email. So we do recommend that you check this section to make sure that you're always up to date with pertinent information. On the right-hand side, you'll see contacts. Here you will find your TA for the course. You'll find their email, as well as what group you're in. For each course, the groups can be used differently. Sometimes you're all put in one group, but if you're split into groups for a group project, you'll see what group you're in. This is important information to check, and this is how you can contact your TA throughout the semester. Now, I will go into the course with you, and you'll have a feel of what the course is like. I will have access to Phys 205, and I will go through that course with you. Now, to go into the course, you can click on the course website, or you can click on the icon here. This is how the course looks like. Down here, you will see your latest activity. This is useful because it tells you where you left off. So if you ever don't remember the last reading, for example, that you were in, you can check here and it will inform you. The agenda tells you important deadlines coming up. Then if I move up here, if I go into the Getting Started, this is where we recommend that you do go first. It really has all the basic information that you need. You'll find the course outline, which is what I showed you before, an introduction video where the professor introduces themselves and he communicates about what to expect from the course and also gives you general information. You'll also have the textbook for the course. You can access the discussion board here as well, and any other information that may be pertaining to the course will be found here in the Getting Started page. This can be different for each course. Next, we have lessons. This is where you'll find all the lectures. If I go into lesson 2, for example, there's an introduction video where the professor introduces the lesson. You have all your lectures, which can be done in video, and you have all the work that you'll be doing, the exercises, the reading. So really everything can be found here within the lesson. You can also use the filter function. If you're just looking for videos, on the left-hand side here, by clicking video, you'll see all the videos within that lesson. By clicking on reading, again, it'll filter out the readings. And by clicking on all, you'll see all the components for that lesson. When you're done with the component, you'll see the check mark, which indicates it's been completed. Your lectures could take different formats. Sometimes you will see a PDF. Other times you will see an animated presentation with narration, or you'll see videos of a professor explaining the information on a board, like in this example. Of course, one advantage of these lectures is that you can pause the videos and watch them as many times as you'd like. Next, we have assessments. Here you will see how your grade is divided. You'll see the percentage for each assessment, how much it's worth, where you should be putting your time in, and really what to expect from the course. For this course, you will see that you have 12 assignments for a total of 20%, and that you have a midterm and a final for a combination of 80%. Then you have your agenda. This is actually linked to your course outline, so you will have all the important information that you should know. What lesson you should be on, what deadlines are coming up. Next, we have the Connect page. The Connect page is where you will find your Adobe Connect or Zoom access. Adobe Connect is a way for professors to conduct a live session and to talk to the whole class all at once. This could be pre-recorded, where a professor sends a message out, and maybe to go over a certain lesson, or to go over a midterm, or any information that maybe a lot of questions are coming in from students. It could be done on a specific date, where you will log in and the professor will speak with you. And as a student, you can ask questions. If you're not able to attend the live session, they are also recorded, so you will be able to watch and receive all the information covered in that session. And then finally, we have the Contacts page. Here, you will find your professor's information, their email, so you can contact them. On the right-hand side, here, you will find the E-Concordia help desk. Here, you can contact us if you have any technical questions. If an assignment is not opening, or if you're doing a quiz and the quiz isn't appearing, or the question isn't being shown. You could contact us, and you can send a screenshot and explain the problem that you're having. And on our end, we will check to see how we can help. Please note that we are open from 9 to 5. So if you do send an email later in the day, you might only receive a response the next day. However, we try to respond as quickly as possible. So this is some of the pertinent information to know when taking an E-Concordia course online. I hope it's helpful. And Laura, if you have anything else you would like to add, please do so.
Thank you so much, Fatima. If there's any questions, please don't hesitate and contact us at helpdesk@econcordia.com. I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and we wish you all good luck with your online courses. Bye!
Bye, everyone.